Hello and welcome back to the breakfast show. Now we're going to start off with a little bit of nutritional advice for parents out there. Things like milk, egg, meat, fish, fruits and veggie. Now these are some of the really rich food that contain nutrients that are essential to support your child's growth and also development.
Now here's the thing, eating the right type of foods can improve your child's mental development and strengthen his natural defenses. But many parents out there are still vague as to providing that much needed nutrition. So of course, please welcome Ms. Mary Iso John, Chief Dietitian and Senior Manager of Dietetics and Food Services, National Heart Institute. That's a big mouthful, but thank you very much, Mary, for coming in again. Much appreciated, of course. And let's open up something called brain food. No, Mum always comes.
Oh yeah,
this is good. Eat the fish.
Raisins,
good
especially
food.
during exams. My mum put jars of nuts, raisins, and all that. I should be smarter.
And I've always thought my mum was having one on me. Seriously, you know, brain food, Mum. Come on, but is there really a connection, Mary?
I think your moms were not nutritionists and dietitians, but they were right.
Oh, okay, all right. Good of you, Mum.
Okay. Actually, before we go to the brain food, we must get the food assimilated in our tummies first.
Yes.
Then only we can go up to the brains and the rest of the part of the body.
Fair enough.
So most mothers are very, very anxious as to what is this good foods that can be beneficial. Basically, it's what your parents gave you. Fruits, vegetable, fish, egg, you know, all milk. And I remember, I mean, until standard 6, I was asked to take my milk and egg every day. You know?
Yes, a lot of schools have a milk program.
And then fish and meat, lean meat, chicken, all this was a part of a diet. So what went wrong now is many of us are so inclined to the sugary food.
And processed meats.
And processed food.
And you know what, I think the quick fixes, you know, a lot of parents nowadays.
Parents are working.
Exactly, parents
so
are
actually
working.
you can't blame them, but I think there are little things that you can do to make sure that, you know, some mothers tell me that they get up the day before they go off to work, they prepare all the basic fillings. So they want to make a sandwich that early in the morning there will not be a tsunami, you know.
I see,
They keep it in the fridge and then they put the breads, they butter it, and then they put all the fish and everything and they give the kids. I think those are smart moms.
Those are smart moms, yeah?
Yeah, because you have to manage this. Number 2 is, fish is something children don't like, you know.
Yes.
Because it's got strong smell. So it depends on how you cook it. So most of the people, if you make it curry or something, you can forget it. The kids don't like it. So you have to show them like the Western style, you know. Grill it, put some, you know, little fruit, vegetables, lemon. Then they say, oh, this looks like what we eat in the restaurants.
Yes, that's what Jamie Oliver cooks on TV, so that's what I want to eat. You know, kids are quite sharp.
Why can't you do it like them? You know, they'll ask, the kids ask you like that. Mom, this is not what we ate in the shop. It looks different.
But that's, you know, one thing with fish. Now, parents, and I believe a lot of parents would agree, one of their biggest challenges out there is to try and get their kids to eat their greens, meats and vegetables. At least with fruits, it's sweet, so it's easier.
It's easier.
But, you know, with the broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
It is a challenge.
Yes, it is. So
actually, you can close the gap, but I wouldn't say 100%. You know, it's difficult. So what you do is 6 months, the kids are solely on breast milk, right? After 6 months, you start adding solid food. See, what most mothers do is they try to give as much as a variety of food. But what they need to understand is, for a child to understand new food, you have to give that food at least 15 times. Because they have this problem called neophobia, where they are very frightened of new, because all the while it's milk, right? Suddenly what's this orange color coming, green color coming?
they're frightened of different or new food.
New food.
Neophobia,
So what the mothers tell me, oh, the first time I put this mash, say carrots or broccoli, pumpkin, it comes out. Of course it will come out. Because they are wondering, hey, hello, what's this? And mom never told me what it was. Just open the mouth, choke.
That's true.
Isn't it? So always I've seen some mothers are very cute now. They will say, yum, 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 yum. Mommy made this. And then you see the child smiling and pop, it goes in. Right?
That's a technique.
It works. And honestly, to be a mom these days is so much tougher, you know. I'm a mom too. They can come up with this, say, why did you say that? You know. So what we did is, the first part when you introduce to the child's taste bud must be vegetables.
I see.
Then they will acquire the liking to it. Okay? Then they will know this is carrot, this is beans, this is spinach.
So that's the secret,
Yes.
actually.
Then, because during that few months, it's not you're going to give a 5-course meal or 6-course meal, doesn't matter. And then some mothers, what they do is they give porridge. I think that's fine. But give porridge with more vegetable. Sometimes you can see the porridge more and some small pieces of carrot hanging here and there. So they don't actually acquire that taste. That's where the secret lies.
I see. But with older kids, you know, once you know they're feeding themselves, and of course they're a lot more vocal, and they would rather they've already been exposed to the wonders of fast food.
Okay.
You know, how do you change
this
their
is
diet?
2 years, 2 to 3 years. This is the very difficult part.
Yes.
They will exercise their right because as a baby they have no choice. You put it in the mouth, they eat it. I don't know what I see. Well, I see my youngest sister. She's got 4 kids, and she says, "This is what I'm going to prepare. This is what you guys are going to eat."
If you don't eat it, you'll go hungry.
And if you go hungry, I have nothing to do with it.
Exactly. I mean,
and then after some time, we work with the kids. But she has a problem with the older son. He's kind of picky. The rest of them are following in line. So she tells him, Ryan, you pick up the food. You don't want, no crying over. And I relate that to my late mom because she does that to us. She said 2:30 kitchen closed, no more food.
Kitchen closed.
So we have to eat, And then the other thing is kids today have more choices.
Yes, that's true.
And parents take weekend. And I think parents also have to exercise their rights. They have to be role model. I think we have got a mistake now, which I also sometimes do.
Guilty of.
You know what we ask? What do you want?
Yes, we always want to give them that.
But you don't ask, would you like to have grilled fish or steamed fish with this? So you only have 2 choices.
Yeah, exactly. Don't give them as
It's
much.
like a psychology lesson.
It is, isn't it?
That's for sure. I remember days where my mother would just open her eyes. I still got on those days.
No, because we give so much of choice. Then when they make the choice, you say, this one cannot, which is not fair to the kid. Right?
Fair enough.
So I learned this from my daughter. My daughter is a 12-year-old. It's not easy to handle her. Then she said, why do you say that? How come you say this? I said, okay, now start thinking. So now I realized, I said, I'm sorry, the breakfast is Italy or bread. Okay? Wholemeal bread or Italy. She said, I'll eat the Italy, provided you give me a little bit of sugar.
Wow, a little bargaining going on.
So negotiators comes. So you put a little bit of sugar. She said, that's too little. I said, play around with it.
I know, spread it out.
Play around with it.
I know. Okay, so there are a lot of tips for parents there. You know, once you understand why your child should be eating all this healthy food, I'm sure you would really want to go through it and make sure that they do. Now, of course, a child having a healthy diet, it does affect their brain development, their physical growth. Could you probably explain a little bit about that? You know, what are the foods that are really great?
Okay. You see, the foods like egg, fish, milk, soya products, right? Nuts, pulses. All these have got a lot of nutrients, right? Of course, the method of cooking is important, so that you don't destroy the goodness, right?
Absolutely.
Or you add a lot of saturated fats or things like that. Now, the other thing is, parents must eat this as a meal with the kids.
So they see their parents.
So they see their parents eating. They also eating. But okay, one of my moms told me when we eat, the child throws everywhere, which is true. Because at 2-3 years old, they don't pick it up like how we are so disciplined like British to eat that way. We don't. Right? So we don't. I mean, we are Malaysians. So, some use hands, some use forks, some use chopsticks. But whatever it is, they will eat some, and then you just say, hey, that's good, you finished it.
I see.
And then, this is what my daughter taught me. So I said, would you like some more? No, Mom, I'm done. A little bit, Mom, I'm done. This is a message we should listen.
Exactly. You know what, we see that, alamak, they haven't finished their food, then you want to try and finish your food, finish your food.
But there are good days and bad days. Some days they eat well.
That's true.
Some days they eat little, but that's okay. Provided if they're going on a long fast like that, then there's some problem. Or some picky habits. Normally 2 to 3, 4 years it happens. So fruits, vegetables, right? Now, when you put a bowl of fruits, you parents eat, they also will pick up and eat. But you put the fruits there and say, eat the fruit, and then they look at the parents, how come My parents are not
Yes, how
eating.
come you're not eating?
So it's a lot on parents these days. Parents have to play such an important role.
So a role model is
not
what I
like
thought
those
was very
days.
Exactly. You know, I was reading that family mealtime also plays a very important role. To
Yes.
actually sit down during meal times and eat with your child. A lot of
Yeah.
kids nowadays, okay, you know, you just go eat in front of the television.
Ah,
I'll come and check on
exactly.
you in a
Just
bit.
do it. No,
Actually,
no,
to sit
yeah.
down and say, okay, eat with mum and dad. You know, you have a conversation. So
And have a positive conversation.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so that plays a very,
Very
big part
important role.
to-
So
to
fruits and
work that
vegetables
in.
play a vital role.
Absolutely.
And we have to, you know, of course, the type of fruits and vegetable you give, you have to give it varied, and then also cook it varied. Don't mash it up. They don't like anything mushy and kish. You know, kind of thing. They will say, I've seen them do that.
I mean, the older ones, of course, yeah, as they
I've
get a
asked
little
them,
bit older.
why
yeah.
you don't eat this? Mommy, you don't know how to cook the vegetables. So cute. I said, oh yeah, really? Mommy doesn't know. How does she cook it? You see, sometimes we Indians, we mash up the vegetables. You know, we cook it that way. So that vegetable that looks very colorful suddenly becomes funny color.
Flat.
Flat. And then it doesn't look like, you know. And then, of course, what is your favorite vegetables? Serve it more frequent, lah. You know.
So you don't just mash it up. It's inside there. Your favorite is inside there somewhere. You look for it inside there. But more importantly, though, of all these different foods that, of course, we're feeding our children and preparing them properly. I mean, Malaysians love to fry stuff, so maybe it's something you want to work on, you know, steaming and such. But more importantly, how does it work? We talk about our immune systems as well, right? And how do these particular foods affect the child?
Okay, you look at the immune system, it's the intestine area, the biggest immune system. Now, how do you build it? I just always tell parents, can you remember the Great Wall of China? They said, yes. How long has it been there? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. Correct. Right now, it's a little bit falling down. Of course, it's many years. But why did they build the Great Wall of China? To keep the Huns away,
Yes.
right? And it's still there, you know, still strong.
Yes,
So I said, that's how you build immunity. So what you should start with, breast milk, the day the baby is born.
For sure.
Yeah, 6 months. Most of them recommend until 2 years. Number 2, start the supplementary food, correct, with vegetables and fruits. First starting, porridge, meat, fish and chicken. Don't think that my child don't like this, my child don't like this. No, no, no.
Remember the 15 times you got to introduce it to
Just introduce a variety. You have no right to say, I don't like fish or my child will not like fish. There's no such thing.
That's true.
Right? As they grow up, they get tired. So you notice when they're tired, you're asking them to eat, they won't eat.
Yes, that's true.
They say, I'm so tired. So let them sleep, let them rest.
Fair enough.
You know,
Fair enough.
I've learned this with many of my patients' kids and my own daughter. And then what you do is, in between, don't give them too much of juices. The juices is sweet, right? So you say, okay, if you want something, I'll give you a fruit. You know,
I see.
you are allowed juices, but some mothers give juices at 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock is the main meal. So, and their tummies are very small.
Yeah.
And
So that doesn't make sense,
that doesn't help. Then you tell them, besides this, you need to give them enough sleep. You need to give them exercise. That is also will make your resistant.
Exactly, you build your
So
immune
when you have all this good food inside, the good bacteria are very happy. So lactobacillia and bifidobacteria, oh, they are so happy because you have given them the right nutrient. So it's in this world you have police and gangsters, same thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, check the
So
balance.
you must check the balance that the police is more in the stomach
Yeah, then the gangsters.
than the
yes, that's for sure.
gangsters. If the gangsters are more finished.
Your similes are absolutely wonderful. And hopefully our audience has been catching it as well. Now for ladies and gentlemen out there to learn a little bit more about how your child works as far as child immunity is concerned, the inaugural Immunity Weeks and How and Why series, of course, is being held from the 29th of July to the 6th of August 2011.
Exactly. Of course, it will be held at several hospitals around the Klang Valley. Now, of course, the campaign aims to educate parents on the importance of a strong immune system and, of course, the best practices for strengthening their child's natural defense system.
Now, of course, there are 3 public forums that are happening on Saturday, 6th of August. There are 4 hospitals involved, the Gleneagles Medical Center, Sunway Medical Center, Pantai Bangsa and Tropicana Medical Center. They're all happening at different times. So do check the website, www.greattummy.com.my. You can't miss that one.
Exactly. Now, the first 10 people to register online will receive a free nutrition and growth assessment for your child, and that will be at in one of the participating hospitals.
Once again, Mary, thank you so much for those slight tips.
It's really fantastic.
Yeah, and it's also it's great to know that the biggest flaw actually for parents is overachieving. You want to give too much to your child, which is a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
But as long as you learn to do it the right way, I'm sure you'll be giving the best to your child in no time at all. Hopefully
Exactly.
that's right.
Thank you very much once
been a
again, Mary,
pleasure.
for being on the show.
Much appreciated, Mary. Nice to meet you as well. She's really fun.